The NTB Project is a partnership between the NTB Consortium, that includes MSF, Partners in Health, and Interactive Research and Development. But primarily it is to find shorter, less toxic, and more effective treatment options for patients battling multi-drug resistant tuberculosis, using the first drugs that have been developed for tuberculosis in about 50 years. One of the primary objectives is to monitor a cohort of 2,600 patients across 15 countries. And to do that, you need data. So in order to collect this data, the consortium collaboratively designed and developed an electronic medical record, or an EMR. And beyond the practical benefits of an EMR, which is enhanced data security and better analysis with data, you also are able to collect data that tells a patient's story. A really powerful moment for me in the field was actually in Georgia. We were conducting a training exercise and the data manager picked up a patient file. This patient had been in treatment for about 1.5 years and was recently hospitalized. And the data manager was quite upset, and she began talking about his struggles with the treatment and his struggles with alcoholism and homelessness. She really had a connection to this patient. It was a very emotional attachment, yet she had never met him. She had only known this patient through the data and through this patient file, which was essentially pieces of paper in a folder. That was a really powerful moment for me and a big reminder that this work is incredibly important to tell the story of our patients and our beneficiaries. The electronic medical record system chosen by the consortium is called Omni. Omni is an open source software. One of the major benefits of Omni is that it is very easy to use. It was specifically designed for use in low resource settings and for use by people who are not tech savvy with very basic setups. It does not require internet for usage, which is a huge benefit for our sites. The process of implementation is really a process of integration. Over the course of the NTB project, my partner Thomas Rodriguez and I integrated this system into 6 project sites, Georgia being one of them and was the pilot. So from the functional side, I would work with all of the personnel on the ground who were in any way related to the data. We would work on really understanding the data needs of the project. We would do a lot of training. At the same time, my partner Thomas would be working on integrating the technical aspects of the system. We would then take all of the feedback that we gather to the consortium so that they can then integrate that feedback back into the design and development process. One of the main features of Omni is the patient monitoring tool. Because TB patients have to adhere to a certain schedule and visits and tests, the patient monitoring tool provides a visual representation of the patient's journey throughout their treatment. It provides a tool for the clinician to monitor where a patient is at in their treatment, as well as for the data managers to see where data is either missing or has been completed on a specific patient's file. Through NTB, we've been able to see that Omni is indeed a viable tool, and because of that, a few other MSF TB projects have adopted Omni for use.